my channel. If you're new here, then hi, welcome. My name is Nikitta and I post videos based on lifestyle, fashion and motherhood. So as you can tell by the title of today's video, this is my second trimester Q&A video. I'm so excited to be filming this. I can't believe that I'm in the third trimester of my pregnancy and baby boy is gonna be coming your way so soon. I can't wait for you guys to meet him. Honestly, I can't wait to meet him. I can't wait to see what he looks like and just to see his little face and his little fingers and his little toes. I am so excited. So let's start with all of that. I put a question out on Instagram a few weeks ago now and I asked you guys if you had any questions about the second trimester, and if you did, then throw them at me and I'm going to be putting a video together and answer all of those questions for you. So here it is. I'm going to use my phone because obviously all of the questions are on my phone, and the first question that I got is, how are you feeling about the birth? Now I'm not particularly nervous about the birth. Obviously I've already had one baby, I've been through that birthing process and I'm not feeling particularly nervous about it. I know what to expect. I'm trying not to worry about it too much. I learned a lot in my first labour and I know the things that I need to look out for. I know how to time my contractions now. I know that I'm going to be able to understand when they're starting and monitor it from then. The first time round I had no idea. I was actually having contractions for 2.5 days before Millie was born and I had no idea that I was having contractions. I just thought that I was in a lot of pain and my waters hadn't broke or anything like that. So yeah, I just didn't understand it, but this time round I totally understand it. I know what to expect, when to expect it roughly, because obviously we all know that babies don't stick to a schedule and they do whatever the hell they please and they arrive when they want. There's no control in that unless you have an induction or planned C-section, that sort of thing. They're just going to do what they want. That is the joys of being a baby. You get to do whatever you want and nobody can judge you for it. What a life. What a life, seriously, how amazing. The only thing that I am particularly nervous about is and it's something that I haven't really shared with you guys yet. In fact, I don't think I've shared it at all. So at the minute baby boy is measuring on the 10th percentile, which means that he's relatively small for his gestational stage. And I'm having regular checkups with my consultant at the hospital and getting regular scans. So at the minute I'm having scans every 2 to 3 weeks, which is good for me because it means that I get to see him more often. But yeah, they're just managing, they're just monitoring his growth, making sure that he's on a nice steady growth path, which at the minute he is, but they need to make sure that he continues on that path and there aren't any complications and he doesn't stop growing or he doesn't take a bit of a dip, or which he shouldn't, but they just need to keep an eye on that, which is absolutely fine. I'm not too worried about it because, as I said, he is going on a nice sort of curve. So I'm trying to keep positive mind that he's just going to be a small baby and I'm going to get to keep the tiny little baby for that little bit longer than I would if he was higher up. So Millie was always like in the 50th percentile and he's on the 10th. So, and Millie was 7 pounds 6. So we'll see. He's going to be a tiny baby, but we can deal with that. We can deal with anything that comes at us, and we've been assured that he is healthy and everything's where it's supposed to be. Everything's working how it should be. So fingers crossed for a nice healthy baby getting delivered in August. The next question is, have you felt baby move yet? Now, yes. So I've felt baby boy move from being around 18 weeks and he is such a wriggle bum. Oh My gosh, you have never ever felt anything like it. It is like I've got a one-man circus in there. He's constantly on the go. He is so active, which really puts me in a positive mindset, because if he's active, he's healthy, and he's learning to do all of the things that he needs to do. He's moving his little arms and legs, and he's got plenty of room in there to be moving around. But yeah, he's doing really, really well, and I'm really happy. I love being able to feel him. It's absolutely amazing. It is so, so nice. It's so difficult to explain how it actually feels. Sometimes it feels more like a tug than a push. But it's just so magical, and you get this sense of, oh my god, that's amazing. Like actually feeling something inside you that you're making move. It is, oh, it's unreal. It is so unreal. I feel so cheesy. The next question that I have is, have you picked a name for baby boy? And yes, we have. We've picked our baby name. We've always known what we wanted to call our baby boy. I did a video a few weeks back, maybe even a month ago now, and it was baby boy names that we love and might be using. Our baby name is in there. As I said, we've known our baby name from the start. We absolutely love it. We aren't going to confirm or deny what our baby name is, but we just want to keep it to ourselves for now. We've told really close friends and family, but we just want to keep it to ourselves for now, just because obviously there's a lot of negativity around names, and people can put you off a certain name for whatever reason, and we don't want that to happen, because we love that name, and Millie really likes the name, and she's already associating that name with baby boy, and we don't want to change that. So yeah, we're just going to keep it to ourselves for now, and everything's going to be fine. Yeah, don't need to put that bit in. We're just going to keep it to ourselves for now, and we will share it either just before he arrives or once he arrives. So just sit tight for that one. Next question is, did you feel like you were having a boy before you had your gender scan? Now, yes. So if you watched my gender predictions video, yes, I 100% thought that I was having a boy. I wouldn't actually say it, just because I'd sort of convinced myself that if I said it, then it would be wrong, and I'd be having a girl instead. I don't know why I thought that, but maybe it was down to the fact that when I was pregnant with Millie, again, I was convinced that I was having a boy, and obviously she turned out to be a girl. Now, that's questionable sometimes, because she is a bit of a tomboy and she does act like a little boy at times. So maybe part of me was right, but no, I did genuinely believe that I was having a boy, and yeah, I am. So the next question is around weight gain and stretch marks. So the question is, how much weight have you gained, and have you gained any new stretch marks? Now, I'm not going to talk about the weight that I've gained, just because every pregnancy is different. In my first pregnancy, I gained 5 stone, which was, for me, it just made me look enormous. This pregnancy, I haven't gained as much, but yes, I've gained weight. I've gained extra weight. That's normal. And no, I haven't gained any new stretch marks. I didn't gain any stretch marks with Millie until I saw my first stretch mark on Christmas Eve, and she was due on the 18th of February. So what's that, about 7 weeks, 7 or 8 weeks, and we've got 9 weeks until baby boy arrives. So I don't know, I could get some stretch marks. At the minute, I haven't gained any new ones, but I am taking really good care of my skin. I'm doing things that I didn't do the first time round. I'm literally, every opportunity I get, I'm laying there and I'm lifting up my shirt and I'm caking my stomach in either cocoa butter or bio oil, because they are my go-tos. I love them, I love the smells, I love the way that they feel. They're my creams, oils, and that's what I'm putting on twice a day, very minimum, sometimes more depending on how I'm feeling. So I'm really trying to look after my skin, and touch wood, no new marks just yet. But obviously stretch marks are they're genetic, so if you're gonna get them, you're gonna get them. There's nothing you can do to prevent them, so don't feel disheartened if you do get stretch marks. They do fade over time, and you can do things to make them look a little bit better if you are embarrassed by them. But they are tiger stripes. They make you fierce, they make you strong. You are strong, you are invincible, you're a woman. There you go. I can't remember who sings that song, but it is on Sex and the City 2 when they go to Abu Dhabi and they're doing the karaoke bar thing. And it's so true. You are strong, you are invincible, you are a woman. Just wear those stripes. Wear them with pride. Next question is, have you experienced Braxton Hicks and are they painful? Yes, I have experienced Braxton Hicks, and yes, they are painful. Are they as painful as labour? Hell no. Will you know the difference between a Braxton Hicks and labour? Yes, absolutely. You will know if you are in labour. You will absolutely know, I promise you that. So yeah, Braxton Hicks are painful, but more often than not, if you change position, I know it's not ideal in this weather, but get a hot water bottle and either pop it on your hip or your back. It eases it right off, but changing positions, getting up and having a walk around, that really does help to ease your Braxton Hicks. So that would be my advice on that, but you will know the difference, believe me, and they're not too painful, they are manageable. Next question is, how are you tracking your pregnancy? Now, I use two apps. I use the Bounty app because that is what's recommended by midwives here in the UK. That's what they use. And I'm also using the Pregnancy Plus app. I prefer the Pregnancy Plus app just because it gives you a little picture of what baby looks like. I'll pop it on screen now so you can see what it looks like. I just really like the way that it's laid out. I like the information that it offers to you. I really like the way that it tells you what baby's doing in that week, what they're learning, what their skills are, the different organs and how they're functioning at that point in time. I just find it all really, really fascinating. So if you aren't using Pregnancy Plus yet, just go and have a look at it. It is unbelievable. It is so, so good. I love it. Next question is, how are you feeling about having a newborn and a toddler? Friggin' terrified. That is the top and bottom of it. I'm absolutely petrified. I feel like it's gonna be so much of a change, and I feel like it's going to be really, really hard. Obviously, don't think for a second that I'm not grateful for this opportunity, because I think being able to have one child is amazing. Being able to have two children is amazing. But it doesn't take away from the fact that it is a really big change, and it's sort of going to be like learning to be a parent all over again. And the best way that I can sum it up about how I'm feeling is, one of my friends has an 18-month-old. She was 18 months old when her brother was born, and I messaged her and I said, how do you decide when you're on your own, now that her partner's back at work, when you're on your own, how do you decide which child you're going to pick up and put in the car and then leave in the car while you go and get the other child, along with all of the stuff that you need? So the changing bag, the pram, the car seats, everything that you need to take with you. How do you decide who you're going to take first? And she laughed and she was like, I've thought exactly the same thing. I don't know how. And I just, yeah, I think that sort of sums it up. I don't know how I'm going to make that decision. I'm terrified. I'm excited. I can't wait to be able to have both of them together. But it is scary and it is daunting that I'm going to be alone for the majority of the day with two children. It's how other people have done it through generations. I have no idea. strong women, strong women, and I'm hoping that I can be just as strong as them. I'm sure I will be, but yeah, it is very, very daunting, but I'm excited as well as feeling super nervous. The next question is, how does Millie feel about being a big sister? I would like to say that she feels okay about it. I would like to say that she's excited. So from the start, we've heavily involved her in that process. We've showed her pictures. I've shown her the Pregnancy Plus app, and she's seen baby boy developing as he goes along, and we talk to them both on a daily basis. Millie will sit and have obviously a toddler's baby conversation with my tummy, and she'll say baby's name, and she'll say good morning, she'll say good night, she'll give baby bump a kiss before she goes to bed, she cuddles him, and she just absolutely adores it. We've actually been out and bought her a baby doll that's a boy, just so that she can have something that's hers, and it's a boy and it's her version of her little brother, and she can learn to sort of take care of it, and she can cuddle it, and she absolutely adores it. That baby goes everywhere. She wraps it up in a little blanket, puts it in its pram, pushes it around. She will spend hours and hours playing with that doll. It is amazing, such a great investment, and I don't even think it was expensive, but she absolutely adores it, and she calls the baby by the baby's name. It's so cute. So I do think that, yeah, she's excited in her own little way, as excited as a toddler can be about something that they don't understand and that they've never seen. Is that the right way to put it? I think that's probably the best way that I can explain it, and I'm really sorry that I'm starting to get really croaky. We've all had a really horrendous bug in the house, so yeah, we're all just feeling a bit under the weather, hence why I probably look a little bit drained. My eyes look like pea holes in the snow, and I sound stuffy. Yeah, we're getting over it, it's fine. And next question is, will you be filming a nursery video? Now, we're not doing anything major with the nursery. We are literally just going to give it a quick lick of paint and just put a few boy things in there. Main reason for that being is that we are currently in the process of waiting for builders to come out and extend our house, just because we were going to move, and then we decided that we actually really love our house, and why move to something and spend all that money when it's not going to be exactly what we want, when we can spend that money and make our current home everything that we want. So that's what we're doing, and the nursery is actually going to become an ensuite, so we don't want to spend loads of money doing it up when it's just going to get demolished. So we are going to make minimal changes to it. I might vlog it, I might not, I'll see how I feel when I actually do it. But yeah, that's the top and bottom of it. It's not going to be anything major, just because it's not going to be there for very long. Our builders start work in January, so it's not really worth spending much time or much money on it. We'll just be able to give him a really great nursery once the build's done, and he'll have a perfect brand new room that we will decorate, and we're going to vlog that whole renovation and extension journey and make a little bit of a series out of it, because I think that's going to be really interesting. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That will be coming next year. The next question is, will you be filming your labour? Now, I would like to. I really wanted to film my labour when I was having Millie, and then when it actually came down to it, because I was so confused and I didn't know what was happening, and I was so stressed, and it had been going on for so long, I just didn't think about it, and I wasn't on YouTube at that point. So it just wasn't in the front of my mind to pick up a camera or get my phone set up so that I could film it. This time I would like to film that journey from when my contractions start right up until him being born. I will need to check with my hospital to see if that's something that they're prepared to let me do. I can't imagine why they wouldn't. as long as it's a really positive birth story and nothing bad happens, which it won't, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I would absolutely love to film my labour, and I have every intention of doing so. Not the worst bits, but and just keeping it very, very PG and YouTube friendly, no boob, no down there shots or anything like that. But yeah, I really, really want to film my labour and share my labour story with you guys, so that's definitely something that I will be doing, and that's hopefully going to be here in September, because I am going to have a little bit of time off obviously once he arrives, because I need to get back into that new routine. I need to start that new routine and find my feet and just get into the groove of things, if you like. Next question is, will you be having any more children? Now, at this very moment in time, I don't plan on having any more children in my lifetime. Not ones that I've birthed anyway. Simply because I don't deal with pregnancy very well. I had really bad postnatal depression with Millie. I've had really bad prenatal anxiety with baby boy, so much so that I'm consultant led. I'm on lots of different medications to manage my anxiety, to manage sickness, to manage migraines, and it's just, my body just doesn't react well to being pregnant. I don't enjoy being pregnant, and I feel like that's such a dirty word, if you like, and I feel like so many women will sort of look at that and potentially say you don't appreciate the chance that you've got, you don't appreciate the fact that your body can do it. I 100% do. I know what my body is capable of. I know that it's done and it's done amazing things. It's created 2 lives, but from my mental health, I just don't feel like I could do this again. It is not something that I enjoy. It's not something that I feel particularly well in doing, and it's just not something that I want to put myself through again. I may feel differently in a few years time. I may feel a little bit stronger, and I may say, let's just have one more. But right at this very moment in time, no, I don't believe that I will have any more children. I don't believe that I want any more children. I will never ever say never, but right now another child isn't in the pipeline for me or for us. It's just not something that either of us want to go through. This pregnancy has been particularly difficult, and I'm gonna do another video on my prenatal anxiety and how that's impacted me and how I'm managing it, and obviously the side effects of having it and how it's impacted my body, and the different symptoms that I've had. So I will be doing a video on that, that hopefully will help someone somewhere if they manage to come across it. But yeah, it's just going to be sharing my journey with mental health through pregnancy, and then if you do watch that video, then you'll probably understand a little bit more why I probably won't have any more children. So yeah. Next question is, does the second trimester go as quickly as they say? Now, I don't feel like I can answer this question correctly, just because my first trimester was a breeze. Yes, I was super upset. I was super hormonal, but I felt well. Other than being tired, I felt fine. Second trimester hit, and I felt like I had been hit by a bus. I was flat out. I was so ill. I was being sick. I had migraines. I started with really severe prenatal anxiety and depression, and that is not me self-diagnosing that. I am diagnosed with severe prenatal anxiety, and I have a therapist, I have a perinatal specialist that comes to visit me every fortnight, I have a specialist mental health midwife, I have a consultant, I have lots and lots of things going on to try and help manage this process because it has been so bad. So for me, the second trimester it's dragged, but it's also been really quick in the sense that he's going to be here in roughly 9 weeks, give or take 2 weeks. Obviously, if he decides to come early, he decides to come late. But I'm sort of sitting here and thinking, you've still got so much to do before he arrives that you haven't done yet. So and it's so close. So in that sense of things, yes, it's flown by and it's gone far too fast. I don't feel like I've got enough time to do everything that I need to do. But I also feel like because of the way that I felt physically and mentally, and it's been so draining, that yes, it has gone really slow because it's been quite painful. It's been quite a painful experience. Not one that I would change, not one that I would throw away for love or money or anything else. But yeah, it's just been a really long second trimester, and I'm so glad to be in the third and be on the home stretch now and ready to end game. The next question is, do you have any advice on trying to conceive? And I'm really sorry, but I don't. I'm not a medical professional, and I think every single woman is different. I think for me, the best advice that I could give is to be the best version of yourself. Get yourself into a good mental place, get yourself into a good place physically, make sure that you're eating the right amount of vegetables and fruits, getting your daily water intake, having your good fatty foods, so like avocados and fish and nuts, and getting plenty of protein in, things like that, and just generally looking after yourself, understanding your periods, understanding your cycles, making sure that you have a good way to track when you are most fertile. That is something that is probably going to be key for you. I haven't had contraception for probably about 5 years now. I've used an app called Clue to track my periods and my fertility, so I know when I'm most likely to get pregnant, I know when I'm not most likely to get pregnant, and avoided getting pregnant throughout that time, obviously apart from the obvious, Millie and baby boy. So yeah, that's worked really well for me. My friend Elise actually did a video on natural contraception, and I'll link it below, and I can't remember what it was called, but she had this little device and she had to breathe into it every day, and it recorded something from that breath onto an app and told her when she was most fertile and that sort of thing. So those things can be really good for not getting pregnant, but they can also be really good for helping you get pregnant as well. And I think just relax. I think the more pressure that you put on yourself to become pregnant, the harder it's going to be. It's almost like the only way that I can sort of reference it is when you're trying so hard to do something, and you're trying so hard and getting yourself so stressed and wound up about it, you can't do it. So I think, yeah, looking after yourself mentally, physically, understanding your periods, making sure that you're getting everything that you need from a nutritional point of view, your water intake is really good, and trying to keep calm and relaxed about it. And getting plenty of sleep. Those would probably be the key things for me as a non-medical professional, giving advice to just say this is what I think. That's the way that I've looked at it. It might not be the same for everybody, but that's the way that it's been for me. I've become pregnant when I've been at the height of my journey, and I've been in a really good place. So I would hope that works for you guys as well. So guys, that is the end of my video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you found it useful. If you do have any other questions, please pop them in the comments box below. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you are made aware every time I upload a new video. I will leave my Instagram and my new Etsy shop down below. If you are a fellow YouTuber, you might be curious to go and see what is on my Etsy shop. It will be right up your street, so go and check it out. And until my next video, I will see you soon. Bye!